Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Clark. Welcome to Bio22 Human Genetics. I'll try to keep this video short. I wanted to show you how the course is organized in Canvas to help you get started. Now, when you log on to our class, you'll be brought to the home screen. This is the home page here. It always begins with a link to the most current announcement. You'll get an email from me every Sunday starting the week with an announcement about that current week. It'll also be posted here. If we look on the menu just to the left, it'll be posted in the announcement section. Now, this homepage will describe the current unit. There are 3 units in the class that correspond to our 3 exams. It'll give you a little overview. It'll also have any kind of links to anything new that I want to draw your attention to. The first thing I want to show you is the document highlighted here, the assignment calendar PDF. This summarizes all due dates for the class. Anytime a lecture is assigned or an assignment is due, you can find those due dates here. Canvas also will show you due dates in a number of places. Looking to the far left in the calendar, and then also on the far right, it has upcoming due dates listed in order. And you can X these out once you've completed them, so Canvas tries to help you keep track of what's going on. Let's take a quick look at the assignment calendar PDF. And this is something that I encourage you to print out and sync with the calendar that you use. Okay, so it's a literal calendar. Let's look at week 2. This is a typical week because there's no holidays. I've set it up as if this were a Monday, Wednesday class where there are 2 lectures assigned. However, you'll see when you start any week, there's a weekly module. It has everything for the week. So everything you see for this week will be in the week 2 module. Now you have a lot of flexibility since it's an asynchronous online course. You can complete these lectures anytime in this week. This just gives you a visual because you do want to compare it to a face-to-face class. Okay, so there'll be 2 lectures per week on average. Now you'll notice that on other days there are due dates, and this is to provide you extra flexibility. You don't have to complete everything on just 2 days. You have the whole week or the time up until that due date, but you should plan ahead. Okay. Plan for your schedule so you have all the due dates to do your planning. So in bold are when something should be submitted, and then in the blue box this summarizes the discussions assigned for the week. So for the first week, there's an introduction, and then secondly, either one post or peer reply in the week 1 discussion, and it tells you the due dates. So as we go through the assignment calendar, let me scroll down. We have the 4 months of our class, and then there's a summary of all the assignments. These are where your points will come from for the class. Then there are the reading assignments. So go ahead and print this out. You will be emailed this when the course is available online. Back to Canvas. I want to just show you a couple things in our course menu here on the left. If we go to the syllabus, you'll find this is quite extensive, and it has everything to answer questions that you may have about the class. So here are the required materials. I do encourage you to get this optional supplement, the Student Handbook and Solutions Manual. You'll be learning how to do a number of genetics calculations. These are math problems in Units 2 and 3, and you want the solutions to the end of the chapter questions. So go ahead and order this as well. Now, you can order any of the last 4 editions up through the 12th edition of this book. And then here below, there's a reading assignment document that has the reading assignments for the last 4 editions of the book. So you get a textbook and a solution manual that matches the textbook that you order. As you have questions, come to the syllabus. Here you can read about lectures, discussions, group work, exams. Canvas has this really neat feature called Read Speaker Text Aid. And look at this little arrow we have here on the far left. It's orange. If you use this, Canvas will read any page to you. I find that a lot of students kind of skim through things or don't read. They don't read the announcement. They don't read. There's a lot of information, especially with an online course. It's going to be important that you read what your instructor puts out there for you. And if you find this to be a burden, let Canvas read to you. Go through the Read Speaker Text Aid page to learn how to use this great feature. Also here I have advice from previous students. This is what I collected from the anonymous course evaluation at the end of the semester. So take a look at that as well. Let's go to the modules page. Okay. Now I started this off with a couple of modules that are extras for you. The first is a module that just has all the written assignments. And this is so that you can easily find the instructions. Second, there's an orientation to help you get acquainted with Canvas, learn what's expected for our online class, and learn how I've organized things. And if you've taken other online classes, you can skim through this pretty quickly, and you can go straight to the quiz, and the quiz will unlock the content for the class, so you must complete the quiz. Special note, all of my quizzes you can take 3 times. So this allows you to learn from your mistakes, and it allows you to improve your score. Now don't expect to see the exact same questions each time, so be sure to read the questions carefully each time you take a quiz. Okay. Now this is not true for exams. Exams you just get to take once, but quizzes you can take 3 times. Let's look at a weekly module. For the first week, there's a holiday, so there's only one lecture, lecture 1. Okay. Each of my modules will begin with an overview. It will end with a summary. And any assignments for submission, those will be indented here. So we have the introduction and we have the week 1 discussion. Let me show you lecture 1. This will begin, each lecture begins with the description and the learning objectives. Then there are handouts, and these are very important. There's a study list, and there's also handouts to the actual slides that I will be presenting in a YouTube video. So start with the study list. Figure out what the focus of the lecture is. Take a look at that, and it will guide you when you actually watch the lecture. Print out the slides. Take notes as you watch the video. This is an active process that will help you to retain more of the information, and you can make a note of questions as you go through the videos. The second bullet point here is the reading assignment. Usually this is from your textbook, but this first lecture is a review of DNA and how it's used in the cell, a review from what you learned in general biology. So you'll find this format is used. We have the lecture number, point 0, all the materials that you need. Navigate through the module using the buttons at the bottom. So we'll go to the next page. And point 1 has all the videos. These are the videos that are assigned. And here are videos that go with the slides that I provided. Okay. It gives you a little bit of information, how many slides are covered, the topic, and how long the video is. Now Canvas has this great feature where you can track your progress of the module, and you can mark these pages when you're done with them. So you don't have to do it all at once. You can come back to it and simply click this to mark when you're done, or unclick it to keep track of your progress in the modules page. Now the third page I have for every lecture, so here's point 2. So we went 0, 1, 2. These are recommended resources. These are to give you extra information to address frequently asked questions. So this is a supplement. It's not mandatory, but when you have a question, look here before you do your own search online, because these are the resources I've collected that I think are very useful. And I try to find things that are fun and short to answer your questions. Okay, so that's that. If we go back to the modules, we have the week 1 discussion, and you also have the introduction discussion. Let me show you the introduction really quick. Here, I've introduced myself. Everyone should introduce yourself. You can get to know your classmates this way. You will want to find 4 to 6 classmates to work with on group assignments. Now, just a little note, once you reply, so here we have the reply box. Up above it, you can search for an author or a topic, but once you reply, you will be subscribed. So you will find the subscribe button green, and that means you will get a notification every time someone replies in the discussion. So if you don't want those notifications after you make any discussion post, you want to go back up there and untoggle that to unsubscribe. Now, where do we find these notifications? The orientation module will take you through that, but briefly look to the far left in the Canvas menu for Account. And under Account, you will find a link to notifications. So you do want to get notifications when I have graded things, because very often I will leave you a comment and extra information on grades I assign. And this is particularly true for written work. So you do want to see those notifications, and the orientation will take you through that. One last thing to show you, in the assignments area, the default sort for the assignments area is to show by date. So upcoming assignments arranged by date. Notice you can toggle this to show by type. So we have a discussion assigned every week. There are group assignments. I do ask for feedback, and these are essentially free points. You complete the feedback surveys and you get free points. It's a way for us to communicate. There are quizzes and there are exams. So you can sort it this way in the assignments area at the top, show by type or show by date. Going back to the home page. Well, I'm trying to keep this video short. It always goes longer than I expected. So thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.